You are the CEO of your career. And if you don't take control of your career, somebody else will take control for you. So let's talk a little bit about how you become the CEO of your career. And I think there's 5 things that each of us can do a little bit better. The first is to find your purpose and communicate that purpose through your personal brand. And one of the best ways to build your personal brand is by creating superior value. And one of the best ways to create superior value is continue to expand your capabilities and networks throughout your career. And ultimately, what any CEO does and what you need to do for your career is to turn your vision into action and action into results. And if you do these 5 things, you will take better control of your career and hopefully advance to the objectives that you're looking for. So let's take a little bit deeper look at each one of these. The first thing is to identify what is your purpose in life. What is your North Star? What is that guiding light that you will use to make every single decision in your life? Because when you are pursuing your true purpose and your true passion in life, I really do believe that the entire universe conspires for your success. Doors start to open that you never expected before when you start to pursue your true purpose and your true passion in life. And one of the best ways to do this is to seek your ikigai. And ikigai is a Japanese concept that basically means finding your way in life. And those people that have found their ikigai tend to be happier and tend to live longer. And so your ikigai really exists at the intersection of 4 circles. What is it that you truly love to do? What are you really good at? What's the world need? And what can you get paid to do? And at the intersection of these 4 circles is your ikigai, and I believe your true purpose and your true passion in life, and what you can get paid to do so that you're doing what you love, what you're good at, and what the world needs. And so once you develop your ikigai and you develop your purpose, it's really important to be able to communicate that clearly to others through your brand purpose and your brand, your personal brand. And the way I like to think about this is your name is de facto your brand. And your brand is what everybody says about you when you're not in the room. For instance, Pete Dalcamara, that's my brand. And you had 1 of 3 reactions when you saw this video was by Pete Dalcamara. Either, hey, this is going to be great, this is going to be awful, or who the heck is Pete Dalcamara? And guess what? The same thing is going to happen to you when you're looking for a new job, a new promotion, or your performance review. There'll be a group of people in a room that you're not in. They'll be talking about whether or not you get that performance review, you get that job, you get that promotion, and there'll be 1 of 3 reactions. You know what? Pete's really great, and let me tell you why. Or Pete's good, but let me tell you a couple of the experiences that I've had that I think are an issue. Or I don't know, Pete, I defer the decision to everybody else in the room. And so build your brand, because your name is de facto your brand, and your brand is what everybody says about you when you're not in the room. And if you don't define your brand, it'll be defined for you. And one of the best ways to build your brand with others is to create superior value. Now, any job that you've ever taken in your entire life, or any promotion that you've taken, or a new company that you've moved into, you begin to consume value on day 1. You're given a computer, you're given a laboratory, you're given an office, you're given an expense report, you travel and spend money, you have a budget, and so you start to consume value. And eventually you start to create value. And at some point you reach a net contribution of 0, where the value that you're consuming is equal to the value that you're creating. But you haven't reached your break-even point yet. The break-even point happens when the area under the curve of value created is equal to the value of the curve of value consumed. And that's your break-even point. And the question is that happen days after you take a new job, weeks, months, years, an entire career? The key is how do you minimize the value that you consume? How do you minimize the depth that you create before you start creating value? And how do you accelerate to the point of net zero so that you can accelerate to the point of break even? And once you reach the break even point, continue to ask yourself, how much value are you creating for your company? Is it 1 times your salary, 10, 100, 1,000 times your salary? The more value you create, the stronger your brand will be, and the higher the probability is that you'll be chosen for that new job, that new promotion, or get a better performance review. And so how does all this apply to your career? And when you think about your career, you basically have options. You can grow in your existing job. You can take a lateral job, inside your department, inside your business, inside your company, or outside your department, outside your function, outside your business, outside your company. And the same thing, you can advance either internally or externally. So those become your options, or you completely reassess your career. I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to retire. I'm going to start my own business. But these are the options that you have as you think about your career lattice and the career that you want to be the CEO of. And so I'd like to talk just briefly, as you think about your career, think about the Ansoff matrix of markets and products. And so with the Ansoff matrix, there's markets and products. There's either existing markets and new markets, existing products and new products. And so if you are basically trying to stay within an existing market with an existing product, then your strategy is market penetration. Or you could take an existing product and move into a new market through market development. Or if you own a market with a product, you can move into a new product through product development, or you can completely diversify your portfolio with new products and new markets. And so let's just take an example of what I'm talking about. And so if you look at, let's take baby diapers, for example. So if you got Huggies baby diapers, you have an existing product and an existing market. One option you could do is you could take that product, slightly modify it, and move into a completely new market like adult incontinence. Or you could say, hey, I have this market of moms and babies. I want to move into a new product with that existing market, and you introduce baby wipes. And then ultimately, if you wanted to pursue both a new market and a new product simultaneously, you might want to move into adult wipes. The beauty of this model is you can EVOP your way there. You can go from diapers into baby wipes and then baby wipes into adult wipes. And you can move your way through that as you develop strategies on how you want to grow your markets and grow your products. And so when you apply this now to your career, instead of markets, there's networks. Networks of people you know. Networks of people who know you and trust you and are willing to take a risk on you. And then there's your capabilities, your accomplishments, your knowledge. And so you have kind of 4 options here. You can either grow in your existing job with your existing networks and existing capabilities, or you can completely move into a new market, take an external lateral position with your existing capabilities. Or you can say, you know what, I'm going to stay within the same department or company, but I need to develop new capabilities for an internal lateral move. Or you can seek an advancement, either internal or external to your company through this Ansoff matrix applied to your career. So let me take that one step further. And so if you think about this career development strategy of networks and capabilities, when you're looking for a job, we don't call those networks and capabilities. We call those references and resume. So you're constantly building your references that you can move to. You have an existing set of references that you can build, or you have an existing resume that you can build. And so in your career, whatever current job you're in, it is defined by what you've accomplished in life, and we usually capture that all within a resume. There's also all the people that you know and people who trust you and are willing to take a risk on you, and those are all your existing references in your Rolodex. Now, when you put on this piece of paper your aspiration, whatever that new job is that you want to pursue, a magical thing happens. It creates two gaps, a network gap and a capability gap. There are people that you don't know that you need to know, or there's capabilities that you don't have that you need to achieve. Or maybe there are capabilities that you have that you just never had the opportunity to demonstrate. And so what you need to do is you need to build a gap closure strategy of building your network and building your capabilities so that you increase your probability of achieving the aspiration that you're seeking. And so as you think about being the CEO of your career, it's really this process of continuing to assess your situation, defining your aspiration or goal, analyzing those gaps, creating an action plan to close those gaps, implement your plan, and then review regularly and rinse and repeat as you continually advance your career by being the CEO of your career. And so what this could look like is a continuous 30, 60, 90-day plan of who are the key people that you need to meet. What capabilities do you need to demonstrate? What new competencies do you need to acquire? How do you need to communicate to others in a really effective way? How do you bring all this together and continuously build your brand so other people can articulate your brand as well as you can? And you continue to rinse and repeat until you're satisfied with the result. So this is one of the ways to become the CEO of your career is find your purpose in life, communicate that through your brand, continue to build superior value, expand your capabilities and network, turn vision into action and action into results. And I'll leave you with this quote that you have a masterpiece inside you, one unlike any that has ever been created or ever will be. If you go to your grave without painting your masterpiece, it will not get painted. No one else can paint it but you.